Oh, yeah. I'm just, have you got a knife amnesty bin?
I can take it for you.
Take it? Well, you're going to come to my house?
Oh, is it your house?
Well, I wouldn't bring it, would I? Because I could have got arrested on the way, couldn't I? What sort of box?
Just if it fits in one, so like...
Well, and then like open carry. So I got to carry it like with my hands above my head or something.
No.
Well, how'd you? Well, it's about 12 inches. It's First World War bayonet.
And you ride a bike?
Do I?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
Well, I do sometimes, but
So
if I was bringing a knife here, I wouldn't ride a bike because it's dangerous, isn't it, if you fall off and stab yourself. Pardon?
do you have a car?
No, mate. So I'd either have to walk or bus it. I don't want to go on a bus with a knife. It's dodgy, isn't it? You know what I mean? If something kicks off and somebody grabs the... So what would I wrap it in, like tin foil? How would you know that I'm bringing it to be amnesty size?
Well, if you explain it like, if anything did happen, you're bringing it in, you just tell them you're coming in. I mean, you've come in and spoke to us, so it's on CCTV anyway that you're thinking about bringing it in.
If you're really worried, you can bring 101 and just say, oh, can I go to Gable just to hand a knife in? And then they have got a record on call that you're going to be coming in to hand one in.
But how they know it's me? Because I want to remain anonymous.
Okay.
So they wouldn't know it's me, would they?
Obviously, it's up to you, but that's what we would have to do, is you would have to... Because if we had a knife box here anyway, you'd have to bring it here somehow, wouldn't you?
Yeah, well, this is my quandary, you see, because I don't like it lying around the house, because if a burglar breaks in, he could use it against me, because well, at the moment I leave it at the side of my bed, because it's ideal as a back scratcher. You know what I mean? You can get right down the back and scratch. And I leave it right next to the bed, because sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night, and sorry, am I taking up all this space? Who am I speaking to? I spoke to you first, or? Because these gentlemen are waiting, aren't they?
That's alright. Well, what's your mode of transport then?
Well, it'll either be a bus or I'll walk. A taxi, will the government fund that? No, so I can't afford a taxi. And I don't want to go on a bus, public transport, in case anything kicks off. And then it's a it's either a First or Second World War bayonet. It's about that long, including the handle, because it's really handy for scratching your back. So I leave it next to the bed for scratching me back. Well, do you have issue boxes, special boxes saying like amnestised knife? So just any box, like a cornflake box or something, shredded wheat?
Just wrap it in cardboard and tape it up just so that it's safe with the blade is exposed. And then you can take it in your backpack if you want to. It doesn't matter.
Well, what if I get stopped?
Well, if you get stopped, it's obvious that you've wrapped it up and you can say that you're either bringing it to a police station or taking it to your recycling centre where it's closest.
So have you got an amnesty box?
Yeah, we haven't got an amnesty box, but we take knives in, yeah.
Right, and you get a receipt?
Well, we need to take some details, yeah, so you would...
So I have to give my name?
Yeah.
So you know I've been walking around with an offensive weapon?
No.
Well, I don't understand how it works. I thought the whole idea of the bin was so you could do it anonymously.
Yeah, so Wiltshire Police are nationally run a scheme called SEPTA.
Can you speak up? I've got this on my ears.
Nationally, the police run an operation called Op Scepter, which is a knife amnesty, but that only runs at certain times during the year. So that is when you can hand in knives anonymously, where you can just put them in an amnesty bin. Around that time, you can surrender a knife or an offensive weapon to the police, but it's not anonymous. But it makes no difference. It's just that we have to take.
So I've got this knife in my house. Is it illegal in my house? Or just when I take it out?
Well, so it's not illegal to have a knife in your house, because obviously kitchen.
Well, it's a Second World War bayonet.
Yeah, so it's not illegal to have it in your house. It's illegal to have a bladed article in public without a lawful excuse. So, for example, a workman could be working in a public place and have a knife on him because he needs it for his work. That's fine. Carrying a knife to a police station, which is clearly packaged up, that wouldn't be an offence because you've got a law.
Could you write a little note inside, on my way to the police station?
I can
Or
give you a compliment slip to say
a what?
I can give you a compliment slip with the address on
Yeah.
of the police station and stamp it with today's date.
And then I could wrap that round the blade.
Yeah, you just need to package the blade up so it's obvious that it's packaged up and it's not dangerous. You can go to Sainsbury's now and buy a block of knives and carry them home. There's no difference. You just have to have a lawful excuse.
What, so you say you just bought them? So say I bought a bag of knives in Sainsbury's now, and I got home, and I forgot to take them out of my bag, and then I come back out.
What do you mean?
Well, I've obviously bought them to use at home, but I've forgot them, I've left them in my bag, then I've gone back out, say into town, and I'm walking around town and I get searched and I've got all them knives on me.
You've got a packaged up block of knives, haven't you?
So you don't need a receipt?
Pardon? I mean, no, you wouldn't need a receipt. If you've got a block of knives in your bag, it's obvious that you just bought them.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. So anytime I want to carry a knife around, I just go and have to buy one, a brand new
Yeah,
one.
well, obviously, supermarkets have that age restriction in place.
It would say I went to Cairn, or a little town just outside Swindon, and I went into, say, a camping shop and bought a camping knife.
Yeah.
Then I could go around that town with that knife all day, and then be legal, wouldn't it? Because I can't take it home until I come home.
Yeah, if you're in the town for the rest of the day for whatever reason, as long as you're not carrying that knife, purposely concealed or anything like that, then yeah, you obviously just bought that knife to take home.
Right.
There's a level of common sense which needs to be applied, when carrying a knife or any.
I understand that, but it's hard to get your head round, like all these laws that obviously here for our own safety and that, but some of them don't make sense in a way, because I could go and buy a knife, as you rightly say, and then if I wanted to kill someone, I could just go and kill them, and I could have that knife perfectly legally.
Of course you could, yeah.
So I've legally killed them then, haven't I?
No, you haven't legally killed.
Well, but you should have arrested me before I killed them, because I had an offensive weapon.
Well, no, because if you were stopped searched by the police and you had a knife in your bag, which you clearly just bought from a shop, would you expect the police to then seize that knife?
Well, I'd expect them to ask for a receipt, but you said I don't need a receipt.
Well, you'd get a receipt from the shop, wouldn't you?
Well, not always. Sometimes if you go in and they ask you if you want one, you don't have to have them.
No. Well, if you didn't want a receipt from the shop, then the officer would be...
Would he check up? Would he go around and ask them if I just bought it?
If you had enough
But that wouldn't be,
mind.
that would be immaterial. I've just killed someone, wouldn't it? Because
I mean, we could stand here all day and go through different scenarios, couldn't we? But
we could stand here all day, but I expect you're busy, so
I mean, along with the
I'll
short
get
bit
going.
is if you've bought a knife from a shop
yes.
and you're carrying it because you've obviously taken it home, but you're not going
Right.
straight home, then that's fine, as long as you've got it
Right.
in the packaging you've just bought it in, and it's in a safe place like your bag, and you're not carrying it down your trousers. And there's elements of common sense which
Yeah.
need to be applied. Same as, so if you can bring the knife to, if you're planning to bring the knife to us, then it needs to be packaged up so the blade isn't exposed, and it needs to be in a position which isn't easily accessible to you, i.e. it's not on your waistband or something like that, it's in your bag, wrapped
Yeah.
up.
So what's the law in self-defence in the home if I stab him with my back scratcher?
It's not a defence, no.
What's defence? Reasonable
Use
defence.
reasonable force, yeah.
So if he had a gun and could I stab him then?
No, 'cause you would then
So I got to let him shoot me first and then don't understand.
It's not self-defence if somebody's
But you got to use one for one. If he's got a knife,
if it doesn't mean you can kill somebody because they've got a gun.
well, I don't mean kill. I mean you might accidentally kill him by defending yourself. Someone breaks in my house, right? I got a knife by the bed to scratch me back. But if someone comes in through the window or sneaking around, comes into my room, I might be tempted to more than scratch my back. I might want to scratch his. Like it's you scratching my back and I'll scratch yours, isn't
I
it?
think if that went to court, they'd probably question why you've got a 12-inch knife next to your bed.
But they wouldn't question him why he broke in.
Well, they would, wouldn't they? Because he's entered into your house illegally, so
So how'd you get rid of him then? Call the police.
of course, yeah.
So would that be 999 or 192?
Yeah, 999, yeah.
Is it 192? Is it the other number?
No, 999.
Well, what's the other number? You have a non-emergency number. But if he was in the garden, I would call 111. But if he breaks in,
101.
101.
If somebody was in your garden, then
Yeah.
you would be...
If he was trying to break in, like, you know. If I seen him, like, with a knife prying at the window, 101.
no, you'd ring 999 for that.
So when does it non-emergency?
A non-emergency would be like if you've had a vehicle collision or you want to report something which doesn't require immediate police presence, basically. So if you want to report that your wallet's been stolen 2 weeks ago, that would be 999. That'd be 101.
Okay.
But you know, if
Are
somebody,
you an officer?
I'm not a police officer now. Police
All right.
staff.
Oh, you're staff.
Yeah.
All right. You look like an officer. The old-fashioned ones. Remember the old-fashioned ones?
I think it's probably this.
They used to dress nice.
Yeah.
Now they go around with all this.
Yeah. Voice.
They look like what would you call it? Stormtroopers, don't they? They do though. They've got all the gear on.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the other thing I want. You know when you throw your stuff away, like your old clothes and that. Do you ever give them to charity shops or anything?
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you got any ready, and I'll take them down. Because I can have first pick. Because I need some more clothes.
In uniform.
Pardon?
What do you mean, like uniform-wise?
Well, whatever. You know, anything that I can legally wear where I'm not impersonating an officer. Because I've noticed when I dress like this, people become very respectful on the road. You know that, and they seem like a bit scared of you and that.
Yeah.
And I went to car park the other day and some guy, whoa, he said, I'm only be 5 minutes. I said, what are you on about? He said, I'm only be 5 minutes. I said, well, what's that got to do with me? He said, you're going to boot me? I said, what? Do you know what I mean? And you get that sense of power. And once you get that sense of power, you want to use it. Do you know what I mean? You want to use it to the max. It's amazing what a high vis and a helmet can do. Do you know what I mean?
So you got the chevrons on your helmet, haven't you? Probably made.
Well, the thing is, you see, it's all black. Without them chevrons, these are racing stripes actually. Without the racing colours, it's all black, so it's not very well seen at night. You know what I mean? Unless I put a light there where the camera is. So, yeah. Well, that's very interesting. But the thing is, you need to know your rights before you can abuse them. Do you know what I mean? Because if you don't know your rights, police come up to you and tell lies and that. Tell you you're not allowed to film, I need your name, and all this, you know, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And if you don't know your rights, you end up giving them all kinds of information that you don't have to.
Of course, yeah.
You know what I mean? And they say, oh, you can't film there, and you can. And all kinds of nonsense like this. They pull you over, show me your license, you know, and bend over, kiss me feet, all this sort of stuff. It's a great feeling of power when you got it. It is. Well, I love it. I might go into town now, go around the car park, just walk around up and down, look at the license plate, see if anyone comes out, and I can scare the hell out of them. It's great. It's a great feeling. Do you ever get that with your uniform?
Not particularly, no, it's not something to look for.
Do you walk around in town with it on?
No.
You wear an overcoat or something?
No, I didn't know. I just don't wear my uniform outside of work.
You want to try it, you know, it's great.
No, I don't think so.
Anyway, bud, I won't take up any more of your time. I'm just going to walk around the car park and have a look at the vehicles, yeah? All right?
Yeah, you're entitled to any sort of public area you can. Yeah, so.
What's public then? Is the car park public?
Yeah, they've got visitors car park. Yeah.
Sorry?
The visitors car park is just over the way. So if you go up here to visit.
What, this one here? The little bit? So all round there, yeah, where them vans are down the end? Well, see that vehicle barrier, is that a pedestrian barrier too?
Well, it's a vehicle barrier, isn't it?
So I think that's not applied to me,
There was nothing stopping you walking up the pavement.
isn't there?
Side of the building, no.
All right, well I'm just going to have a walk around because I like watching it.
Yeah.
I've never had a chance to film the vehicles and that, because normally when I'm here, I'm under arrest, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're always arresting me for silly things like sitting on seats and that.
Right.
You know, when the COVID was on, sat down for 2 minutes, got arrested, got assaulted by 3 security guards, assaulted by several PCs, came in here, refused to give me name because I didn't believe I'd committed offence, got assaulted by several officers. I had to go to the hospital the next day and have my wrist looked at and my eye, and I've only got one eye. And your officers reminded me when I was 13, when I just fell off my bike and lost my eye, and one of your constables dragged me into the shop doorway and told me I was a gozzy-eyed little bastard. See ya.